What is going on YouTube? This is Acid Root. So within these pitches, this is part 2 of the Power Rangers playthrough as far as these pitches can happen. So within the aspect behind it, particularly at least got out of stage 1 in the previous episode, pitches like that. So it's kind of fair as far as saying we're going to tackle stage 2, try some different stuff within some type pitches. Now within the variety as far as saying, the aspect behind it, I was really hoping for like some degree of like a difficulty setting here, because this game really does not like nix like the concept of being tough right off the bat. It's just kind of the pitch. Like I decided to try a new character in this, and it's kind of within the fair as far as saying that the main drawback to this game in terms of like flaws about it is just the factoid that you do not get to start off where you died when it comes to playing this. So if you die, you're starting from square one as far as this pitch can happen, which it makes it kind of pressure upon the concept of doing it in a flawless type aspect. Now, it's not to say you can't take damage as much, just the aspect as far as saying that you have to beat it in the same life that you attempted in. It's kind of the other factoid about it is just being able to say there's not really a lot of health. Now, I think probably within the I did notice later on, and like when we get to episode 3 of this particular playthrough pitch like that, which I did record a little bit of that as well, possibly a part 4. I have about 10 minutes more left of footage. I don't know if I'll split it up into 2 5-minute episodes or something like that, but this one's the least. It wound up being 17 minutes. So they probably would be like 6 minutes, 6.5, 5 minutes, something like that within those pitches of each of the 3 of them. But I don't know. I want these to kind of have like a consistent where it kind of stretches out a little bit within these types of appeals. I kind of look after here just as far as being able to say, and it's too bad those barrels don't hit other enemies, but yeah, just being able to say the pitch behind having this be like a playthrough that's just a listless kind of one for like, I think I said this in part 1 as far as this being just like AM after hours type product pitches like that, but it's just kind of the fair that this game, I'm starting to have doubt. I don't know how many full, but I'm guessing there's either 6, 7, or 8 stages in this particular game. It's just kind of the pitch as far as saying having difficulty. I mean, I was dying in stage 1 within these pitches. The aspect behind it, there's a number of things. You don't really get like invincibility, so these enemies can hit you right back as soon as they hit you again. So there's just some aspects kind of about it as far as saying that there's some things that you have to kind of deal with within those tones as far as just getting towards it. This really could have benefited from being a 2-player game. I think that probably would have made all the more of a difference. Now I realize there's some aspects about it where it's kind of, there's some jumping segments later where that might have been difficult, but at least it could have worried off some of these type of enemies, because there's just pitches. This particular character now, it seems like some of the shorter characters, like the female characters in this particular folk here, don't have as much reach within some of these type aspects, but it's just kind of fair as far as saying that the reality of it is the enemies are tall and they just have the ability to hit you a little bit better within these pitches. So it's kind of the fair, even when you do like a crouch and attack, it's still within the fair that they can hit you closer. You can be a certain distance. Now, it's not... we'll get towards the product here as far as saying we're getting towards it. Just understand the product as far as saying it's a good apple type game within pitches like that, but just understand, I'm just questioning. I mean, I think probably within the variety, if push comes to shove, and I think that's the likelihood that push is going to come to shove, is just the pitch as far as saying I'll probably have to throw on Game Genie to really get to the end of this, but even then I'm going to have to suppose, I mean, it's kind of within the commonplace. This game needed to have a little bit more just, but then the pitch behind it, the toughness factor about this game just really ramps up a lot more acceleratedly than you'd probably want within these pitches. It's kind of fair as far as saying it's just a numerous type things. Probably need more health within these pitches. Like when you think of other type ones, it's just kind of pitch as far as saying it really, I mean, the aspect behind it is just pretty much not even taking damage, which wouldn't be a problem if you could block or something. It's kind of the pitch, just... Yeah, just to bring back the concept as far as saying the aspect, you do get a little bit of health within this particular game, but it's not designated within the pitch of really being out in the open as far as these pitches happen. It's just kind of pitch as far as the aspect behind it. The likelihood, if you see health, there's really no reason you should not pick it up if you're not at perfect health, because it's just the pitch as far as saying it's just the variety kind of about. But just being able to say it's just some products to kind of pay attention to, just understand within this particular game fair, winging it. It's just kind of the concept of doing it in one fell swoop's kind of pitch as far as saying, but it's just the aspect. Now, there was like a sequel to this game from, I think, the aspect of seeing info about this fair pitches like that. It's kind of aspect as far as saying there was a sequel that was based upon a movie that had something to do with this series as well within pitches like that. And I think that particular one, maybe that was 2 players, something like that, some of those type of pitches. But it's just kind of I mean, this game has a good enough basis about it to be able to say the product is fun and thrilling within the concept kind of about it, but the factor kind of about it is, it's just like when you think of hit games that are just like the Final Fight series or something like that, it's probably going to piss you off a lot more. I mean, as you can see here, these ass whippings that are kind of happening, if there was the block function, at least to say if you could, now I realize probably what they would have to do is just have like a certain limit amount that you could block or something, because it'd probably be, most people would just, if it was like the X button or the L or R button, something like that, they just would hold down that button and never take damage, but it still would be within the product. I mean, there's no way of dodging these attacks. It's kind of constant. You have to take damage, and the reality of it is if they don't give you health throughout most of the fair of this game, and you have to do it in one fell swoop, it's kind of pitch. It's just it doesn't really have much conduct kind of within that. At least in Final Fight, they throw like drumsticks out there and some of those stuff to give you health back, which is kind of pitch. That's just a variety, but looking after. So yeah, definitely have some pizza nearby, pitches like that. You can see these ass whippings kind of take place. So I'm going to use a better not so much to say better character, but just to pitch a character that I had a little bit more affluence with the skill set up within those pitches as far as just as you'll see, I get further in this next episode with the character I used in part 1. So it's just the pitch as far as saying, was just the aspect. This is, these characters doping up within these pitches. Even if I don't use every last one, the female characters, the Black Power Rangers, some of those type ones within pitches, just the fair as far as saying, just the product as far as getting towards like the aspect of just getting like some good cheesy pizza in your system, pitches like that. Appreciate like the infomercial hour, some of these type pitches. Just recognize the concept, got a game over just like that. And basically the product of it is we're going to be getting more towards these. It's more fun.